guys, welcome to another live session. So these are my Sunday lives where we get to talk about various things. Spartan Machinery, hello guys, thanks for joining. So yeah, this is another one of my weekly live sessions. So we get to discuss various topics. I'll start talking about a couple of things, then I'll open it up to you guys. So if you've got any questions, write them down and get ready to ask. If you've got some feedback to suggest about things, let me know. If you're not sure, if you haven't heard of Earthworks Hub before, hello mate. Thank you, Spartan, for joining us. Yeah, if you haven't heard of Earthworks Hub or you've just joined in, basically I have a podcast channel. So I've got a podcast channel where we talk to all sorts of people within the industry. So anything to do with earthworks, I talk to people about their businesses. I've spoken to finance guys, how you can get finance for machinery. Spoken to some guys from the Victorian Tippers United, talking about tip trucks, machine operators, to guys with their own little excavator businesses, to everything. So that's the podcast. So we're on Spotify, on Apple, and also on... Hey bro, how are you? Yeah, we're on Spotify, Apple, and on YouTube podcasting. I've also got the YouTube channel where I post up videos of product reviews, job site visits, operating tips, anything like that. So anything I can any information I can offer to the industry, that's where I'm doing it all on YouTube, and also on TikTok and Instagram. So hopefully you guys are following me on all those socials. And on top of that, I also offer a website, www.earthworkshub.com.au. It's like a business directory. So if you have a business within the earthworks industry, make sure that you list your business on that website so that everyone can find you. So that's the other thing. It's a business directory website, and yeah, make sure you list yourselves on there. Go on there, advertise your business, and everyone can start using your services. So, and it goes for a whole range of things. So you don't have to be just an excavator business. You can be anything to do with earthworks, concreting, draftsman, anything, civil companies, anything to do with the NDD trucks, whatever. So even sales, if you're selling machinery or trucks or anything, you can add all that stuff on there, and then that way advertise yourself. Okay, so that is a brief on Earthworks Hub. A big shout out to one of my sponsors, JR Safety Co, for giving me one of these hats. For any risk assessments, make sure that you go and see JR Safety Co. So they cover all of Victoria, come out and do on-site risk assessments. And on top of that, they can also help you with anything that you need done to your machinery or trucks to be risk-free. So if you need like flashing lights installed, stickers, fire extinguishers tested and tagged and whatever, they can do all that stuff. So, and they do it all mobile, come out to you. So yeah, big shout out to JR Safety Co, one of my main sponsors, and been supporters from the start. So thank you guys. What have we got? So speaking of the website, I'll give you guys a bit of a debrief on the week. Thanks for joining, Liam. We've got A Moller, ZCG. We've got Victorian Rockscapes. Thank you guys. We've got Steve, Tideboo. We've got Kai. Who else? We've got Brendan. Thanks guys for joining. If I miss your name, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go as quick as I can because this 1 hour session goes really quick. So Tipper Sales Vic, thanks for joining. Yeah, this session does go very quick, so I'm going to try and go over a lot of things this time. So this week I have added hoodies to my collection of items that you can buy on the website. So if you go to the store, thanks for your likes, guys. Thank you. Who have we got? Nicholas, thank you very much. Yeah, Dirt Pirate, hello again. Yeah, so I've added hoodies to the list of items that you can buy. So if you go onto earthworkshub.com.au, click on shop on the top right hand corner, it'll take you to the store and you can order t-shirts. Now I've actually added hoodies on this week. So I've ordered a sample one. Hopefully it should arrive this week, so I can let you know. But I ordered one of the better quality ones to see and make sure that if it does fit the bill, that you guys can all purchase one. But I've put it up available now anyway, so it should be good. How you going, buddy? Oh, thanks for the likes. Look at the likes. Thank you very much. So hoodies now available. Soon I'm going to put on their beanies and hats and other stuff. So I'm slowly getting there. Updates on my projects. So I'm working on Project Spalding still. So building a warehouse there. We had the slab put down, all the footings done a couple of weeks ago. They've started creating the concrete wall panels at the moment. So I put a couple of posts up in the last few days. They've done the templates on. So what they do when they create the tilt-up panels on site is on top of the concrete slab, they'll draw a template and then of all the panels, and then they'll do like 4 panels at once on the ground. Then they'll wait till that dries and then put the next few panels on top of those ones and then keep stacking them. And then all they do is they actually like stand them up with the crane and then put the roof on and stuff. So this week, that's what they're doing. They've done the first batch of panels, and I went there today and had a bit of a look, and they've actually started forming out the second panels on top. So I'll put a post up shortly with that. I love the likes, man. Thank you. Dirt Pirate is asking, is that a shed to store your machines? Originally, I was thinking of doing that, but I've actually changed. I might actually rent it out. So happy Sunday, peeps. Hydraulic. We've got Hydraulic in Warragul here. Yeah, so originally I was thinking about storing my machines in there. I have to admit, a lot of my machines now stay on site, so I don't really bring them back to base much. And I got rid of all my trucks and plant trailers now, so I end up just leaving everything on site until the next job. So I don't know if I really need the space, you know what I mean? And then even if I did, I wouldn't utilize it enough to justify keeping it. So I think I might just end up renting it out. So we'll see what happens. It's in North Sunshine. It's meant to be getting really good returns there. Good central location. So if anyone's interested in renting a building in a few months, let me know. I've actually had a couple of people inquire about hiring it out for some earth moving or earthworks type of businesses. So you never know. We'll never know. But even then, like you say, Dirt Pirate, if the opportunity comes and I need to keep my machines there, maybe I can like rent half of the warehouse out to someone that needs it and then keep some for myself and only charge them a certain amount of rent. I don't know. I'll work it out as I go. What else have we got? So yeah, Project Spalding well underway. Today I made a ramp for them so the trucks can come up and the concrete trucks can drive up on top of the concrete slab and then open their chutes and pour directly into the formwork for the panels. So I did that so that way it's easier for them. And then we'll see. Yeah, so in a couple of weeks they'll be standing those up, and then once the panels go up, then the steel guys will come in, do the purlins and that to connect all the roof, and then I'll start having Nicholas, thank you so much, man. 2,000 likes. Jesus. Thank you very much, man. Legend. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, I'm happy with the progress there. They're doing really well. So a big shout out to Bole, so the Bole Group. They're the ones helping me out with all the concrete work there. Very, very happy with them. So if anyone's building warehouses or needs some major concrete work, the Bole Group are fantastic for that. And that also leads me to the next segment. So the next part is talking about sponsors. So I've had a fair few people ask about sponsorship and that, and I've spoken to a couple of them, and I have some new sponsors. So far, and when I say sponsors, it means sponsoring the podcast, sponsoring my content so I can keep creating, sponsoring my website. And as a sponsor, not only do you get to list your business on the website, but you also get on the front page in the partner section, your logo comes up. So if anyone else is keen on sponsoring, the more, the merrier. It's going to help me so I can keep buying better equipment. I do want to get a better professional camera because I've been using my phone till now. but I find that it doesn't have enough battery. I can't just keep using the phone to keep creating videos. I need to get a professional camera. So that's the next thing I want to buy with some of my sponsorship money. So I've had a few new sponsors come on this week. So I've got NexGen Landscapes and Earthworks. So NexGen is a sponsor now. JR Safety Co. already were sponsors from the start. Melbourne Tractors, Network Finance are now sponsors, and the Bole Group as well. So they've all come on as sponsors. So thank you very much to all those guys. Like I said, the sponsorship money helps me so I can keep doing my podcast, to keep producing content and giving everyone and all you guys, more content, more information. So thank you. So if anyone's interested in becoming a sponsor, let me know and we'll talk about it. Just send me a message or text me or email me, yeah? So Baz Boy, thanks for joining. Mitchell Morgan. We've got Timo's Tippers. Who else is here? Bruiser. Thank you guys. Loving these likes. Thank you so much. So yeah, so where were we? So Project Spalding going along well. Hoodies now available as well in the store, apart from t-shirts. I've got some great new sponsors. A few more listings. I'll have to go through them in a second. What else was there? Diesel Dirt and Turf. If anyone's going to Diesel Dirt and Turf next week, I'll be there. So I aim to be there for the whole 3 days. We'll see how we go. It's going to be my first one, so it'd be interesting. I'm not sure what to expect. I've had a look at some of their videos. Mr. Cardona, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm been watching some of the videos of previous Diesel Dirt and Turf Expos just to see what's there. It looks quite interesting, and I'm hoping to get around and meet all the stall holders and have chats with them. Hopefully I can do a couple of podcasts, maybe even some live sessions from there. So keep your eyes posted. I would have loved to have bought a camera before I went so I can keep a lot of the footage going. Oh, Nicholas, you got to go, man. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you join next Sunday as well, yeah? Legend, thanks very much. So yeah, I'll be at Diesel Dirt and Turf. If you do see me there, make sure you come up and say hello. I'll be staying nearby as well. So if you want to have a beer or a coffee or something afterwards, let me know. We'll catch up. But yeah, I'll be there for the 3 days. I don't have a stand, so I'm just going to be walking around. Just look for the Earthworks Hub t-shirt, or if you recognize this mug, let me know. Come up and say hello. What else? So this week I was helping a mate out. So Earth Excavations, he's a good friend of mine, asked me to come out and help him and jump on his machines, which gave me a good opportunity to review a couple of different machines. So I sat on the Case CX235. So it's a zero swing 20-ton case machine with a blade at the front. I don't know what year it was. It's only got like 1,300 hours, so it's still pretty new. Fantastic machine. I'll tell you, I've sat on one before, but a lot of that was breaking rocks and that, so I never actually got to use it like for digging properly. This time I got to use it to dig a sewer trench, and then I had to obviously put the hammer on because we had rocks. But yeah, the Case machine, I have to admit, I've used the Case 14 tonners and now the 20s. I've used another 13 ton with the 130 with the bum on the back, and every time Cases actually really impressed me. So very, very nice machines. With the 235, what I liked about it, how you going, Gary? Gary, not Harry. Yeah, so with the zero swing 20 tonner, I found that even though it was zero swing, it didn't actually feel like that. So even with a full bucket, turning sideways and spinning around and loading the truck, and it had no problem handling that. Like I didn't feel like it was a zero swing machine. But having the zero swing was so good because I was in a tight spot. I was hard up against a fence on one side, had a factory on the other side. So I was in a tight spot, turning around, digging the trench, loading a truck at the same time. And it was actually, I was very, very impressed with the Case machine. Smooth. Somebody actually messaged me on Instagram and said, did you find that the dipper arm returns really slow? And I have to admit he was right. It does do that. It returns very slow for some reason. So like, when I was loading the truck, I was trying to go a bit quicker to get him out of there. and I felt like it did go really slow, but at the same time, it made me slow down so that I'm not rushing and making mistakes or hitting stuff. So it probably worked in my favor being a bit slower. But all in all, yeah, the Case machine, very smooth. I thought it was also a little bit slow, so I kept adjusting the settings and putting it into high mode or whatever you call it. And there's an SP mode. I tried using that to see if it'll make it a bit quicker, but it's just stayed the same all the time. But it did have a lot of power as well, so I have to admit it was pretty good. Malcolm, hello. Dirt Pirate agrees. They're a beautiful bit of gear. They are. So the Case machines, so far, they've impressed me. Somebody just asked earlier what my ultimate machine would be. You know what? I have to actually say it could be the Case CX145. I've hired one a few times. I've had a Cabelco 135, but the Case 145, every time I've used one, I just feel like I'm in a bit of a mix. I feel like I'm in my 5-tonner, and then I feel like I'm in the 20-ton machine, but I'm in the middle. Like I'm not too big, not too small, but I can still do the work of a 5-tonner if I need to. So a CX145 with an offset arm would probably be the ultimate machine for me, I think, out of everything I've used so far. So that's my opinion on that. So yeah, I've got to use that machine. I'm going to post a couple more videos shortly on that. Somebody was bagging me because I had the window and the doors open. Obviously, some people find little things to pick on, but I had that open because one, I had to listen to what the plumber was telling me to dig, because we had power lines on one side, a fence. I had the spotter watching me for the power lines. I had someone watching me so I don't hit the building. And then if you've got the windows all shut, there's no way you can actually hear what they're telling you. And if you hit something, it's too late. So sometimes you need to have things open. And it wasn't dusty. You've got to pick your times when you leave your windows open. It wasn't dusty. It wasn't raining. So I could afford to keep them open. And that way I could communicate with the labourer that was inside the trench, the labourer that was watching over, spotting me. So yeah, sometimes for the person that was bagging me for having the windows open, sometimes you need to have them open. You need to communicate with the people out on the ground. So you can't be one of those heroes that never opens it, has the little peep out the window to say something and then closes it quickly. You can't be like that if you want to work together with the labourers and stuff. Anyway, that's my opinion. So anyway, on top of that, Zach, welcome. Zach bought some t-shirts. Hopefully you're very happy with those. Let us know what you think. They did take a bit longer to arrive for some reason. There was a bit of a mix-up, but they did turn up. So hopefully you're happy with them, Zach. Thanks for joining us. Flowline Concrete Pumping, thank you for joining. We got Cooper S here. So the Case, very good machine. Somebody asked me to review a few weeks ago. Zach saying he's very happy with the t-shirts. Thank you very much. Going to make sure you send us some photos. Somebody asked me to review a Yanmar Vio 55, so the 5.5 ton Yanmar, because I reviewed a Komatsu PC 55 and then against my Kubota 5.5. So they said, "Oh, can you do one on the Vio 55?" And in the next few days or whatever, you'll see a video come up soon with a review on one of those. So the guy that I worked for on the Case 235 the other day also had a Vio 55 there, and I had to alternate between the machines. So while I did that, I had a bit of a play on the Vio 55 and did a little review on it. So it's hard to review when you're working and trying to do a review. You don't want to upset customers and be constantly on the video recording and stuff when they need you to work. So I'll try and fit that in as I'm doing the jobs. But Phillips Plant Hire, hello, Loam Civil. Yeah, so I got to review it, man. So I reviewed a Vio 55. Very happy with that. I've stayed in one a couple of times. I even had to hire a Yanmar a couple of times. So I hired the old previous yellow coloured models, but this time I got to sit in the new burgundy colour ones. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love that burgundy colour. The new Yanmar colour, or I think they're on a winner there. It's different to all the competition. They're not just a yellow like a lot of other ones. And it's a nice colour. I don't know, it just stands out nicely. And it doesn't, I don't know, maybe it might not fade as much as other reds, like the Kubotas and that. They always fade. So maybe that burgundy will, I feel like it will last longer. So well done to Yanmar for that. So yeah, you'll see soon a review for a Vio 55. What else was there? So that machine, it's funny, one of the one of the guys, one of the plumbers that works there sat in the machine and turned with the door not latched properly, and as he turned, the door swung open and then hit against something, and he bent the door or the hinges, and I had to buy a new door. The door was like $3,500 for a brand new door. So if you're in a new Yanmar, you do not want to be bending that door. Make sure it's latched closed or latched open properly, because if you don't, and then you turn and you hit something with that door, it's going to cost you $3,500. And all we did was just unbolt the old door, bolt the new one on, and yeah, $3,500 later, the poor guy is going to be working a lot of Saturdays paying that door off now. So yeah, that's a bit of a tip for everyone. All right, so we've spoken about the case. That someone wanted me to review a Cat 315. I'm still working on that. I'm trying to talk to Cat to let me see if they've got one there and come and see it. Just over Easter and that, I suppose no one was really getting back to me. Diesel Dirt and Turf, I was just saying I'm going to be there, so make sure you come up and say hello. We've got some new sponsors. So we've got the Bole Group, NexGen Landscape and Earthworks. Previous ones are JR Safety Co, Melbourne Tractors. Breeze Vegas are going to be sponsoring me as well now. So a couple of new sponsors coming up. Bean Diggin, how you going, mate? I saw Bean Diggin's giving me a couple of ideas. He's got some good ideas on things, so you might see some stuff coming up from there. Well done. I did see those. What else? The case was very good. Somebody asked me if I could interview a civil works company. So I've sent out a couple of emails, and obviously haven't got any replies yet, so we'll see what happens. But I'm hoping to get a couple of civil companies, or even just one for now, to talk about all the things that they go through, in business. Yeah, Bean Diggins, very good. Good to see you on here, man, on the Sunday. What else? So I sold my posi track. I sold my augers, actually. I sold my drills the other day. I haven't actually used those drills for nearly a year. So they were sitting there at the yard where the warehouse is getting built, in the way, and I was thinking, you know what, I'll just get rid of them because I haven't used them. Worst case, if I need them, I'll have to hire them for the job, or hire a subby in, someone that has them. Yeah, just to be sitting there for all that time, they were just starting to get rusty. So I ended up selling the augers. I actually had someone come down from Sydney to buy the augers. So there must be a shortage of drills or something, or not many people selling them, because yeah, the guy came all the way from Sydney to buy them. Oh, we got Marchin. How you going? What a legend. Legend. This guy, absolute legend. Thanks for joining me as well, man. So yeah, so I sold the drills. Actually, Marchin would have used some of those drills. How you going, buddy? Yeah, so I sold those drills, and now yeah, no longer have augers. What else? So yeah, if you want, make sure that you follow me also on YouTube, guys. Go to Earthworks Hub. Make sure that you follow, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, on Insta, Facebook. Make sure you go to Spotify, listen to the podcasts on there. And then, most of all, if you have a business in the earthworks industry, no matter what it is, go to Earthworks Hub. Make sure you register and add your listing, add your business there, so that we can all find each other. And that way, if anyone needs anything to do with earthworks done, they can go on there and find you. So all around Australia, not just Melbourne, not Victoria, all of Australia, that is. So you'll see a couple of listings there from different states already. Make sure you join all those guys, yeah? So no, it's good to see everybody coming on here. The angry operator is asking to tell Dirt Pirate to unblock him. So I don't know if you can see that or not, Dirt Pirate, but he's got a request there. Yarra Valley Yarra Valley Earthworks. I can't read properly. Actually, Yarra Valley, you just remind me of Yarra Valley Water. I've been waiting for Greater Western Water to give me a water tapping for my Spalding project, and I'll tell you what, not very easy to deal with. They're taking weeks and weeks, and then they were supposed to do something this week. Again, haven't done it. Crazy, man. Martin, thank you, man. Thanks for the love, mate. I will speak to you soon. Thanks for joining us, man. Legend. Yeah, Angry Operator agrees. Yeah, Greater Western Water. I don't know. They're supposed to. I think they use Mondo. I think Mondo are supposed to be their contractors that come out and do the water tappings. But I've heard stories that they're no longer doing it for them, and they're looking for new contractors. Or I don't know. I've heard some different stuff down the pipelines, which could be why they're delayed. Or I don't know what's going on. But it's crazy because all my concreters on site need water to wash stuff and do things, and we can't even get water. It's crazy. So I'm going to be following them up tomorrow. What else? Yeah, I just saw the Yarra Valley thing, so it made me think of that. Now I'll open it up to everybody else. Is there anything else? Oh, here we go. Someone started already. So Zach's asking, what are my thoughts on an SK 3.5 ton Cabelco? A 3.5 ton machine. It's a weird one. It's like an in-between. It's like an in-between machine. So it's in between a 5 and a 1.8. So it's almost like, if it was my choice, I'd be saying either get a 1.8 or get a 5, because if you get a 3.5, you're sort of stuck in the middle. I don't know if I'm making sense when I say that, but I just feel like a 3.5 ton machine, it's sort of an in-betweener. Like if you want to load tip trucks, the 3.5 tonner sometimes will struggle. So depending on which one it is, depending on your bucket. So if you get a bucket and it can't curl enough, as you lift to go load into the tipper, you'll drop half the stuff out of the bucket. That's what I found. Like I've hired a Kubota 3.5 and it had a longer arm sort of thing, so it was just making it over into a tipper, and I had a deeper bucket on it, so it wasn't losing as much. But then I used another 3.5 ton machine. I can't remember what it was. It might have actually been a Cabelco one, and the bucket wasn't as deep. And then every time I lifted the bucket to load the tipper, I'd lose half the material in it. So it's almost like you've just got a 1.8 because you can't load tippers properly. So I don't know. The only good thing about 3.5 is I think sometimes you can put them on a 4 ton plant trailer. So that might be an advantage. You don't have to have a massive plant trailer. But yeah, overall the 3.5 tonner, they're probably a good machine. Like you could do a lot of work with the 3.5. My mate's got a 3.5 ton Cabelco and does slabs. And he does a lot of like raft slabs and that, so they still do all the trenches. And he loves that thing. He reckons it's really good, it's powerful enough. And he has like a single axle tipper with low sides, and he loads it up pretty easy. So in that case, it will work, and it's small enough to fit on a little plant trailer behind it, and he loves it. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hang on a second. What have we got here? Angry Operator. Everyone wants Bisho, Dirt Pirate, to unblock them. They all want to be friends again with him. Everyone wants to be friends with Dirt Pirate. Yeah, I don't know. Must be some old stuff going on. But yeah. So yeah, hopefully it makes sense. Jaden's saying that. Yeah, it does make sense. So I feel like if you're going to get something and you've got a 3.5, you're almost better off either buying a 5 or a 1.8. Then I don't know. That's sort of what I feel. But the Cabelco machine, yeah, it's an awesome machine in that range. And it's a bit of an all-rounder, I suppose. So 3.5. Yeah, I think the only good thing about the 3.5 is you can put it in. Hang on a second. Angry Operator. Way before your time, mate. He started drama. Couldn't have been told how it was blocked everyone. Oh, okay. I don't know if I was meant to read that out. Sorry, man. All right, way before my time. Well, hopefully everything gets sorted, guys. And okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. I don't know. I find it hard. I don't want to step on toes and that, so I'll try and keep out of things. But nah, good, man. As long as you guys all sort it all out. It's a small very small industry. That's what I find about this. As big as it is, it's also very small. So everyone knows everyone. And this is what I tell people as well. Don't burn bridges, especially if you've got a little business. You can't burn bridges. Like, you don't take shit from anyone, but also try not to burn bridges. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't mean to be a pushover for customers, but try and keep communications open. Try and like work things out, because if you start, you know, start like, I don't know, if you're not doing things properly, the word will get around quickly, and before you know it, no one will want to use you. So, and now with social media and that, it's spreads very quick, and yeah, it'll be well known before you even know it. So anyway, guys, no, definitely that's something I can say to people. Just make sure that you try not to burn your bridges. You know, I mean, there's always a way to sort things out, but also don't be a pushover. Don't take shit from people. So Zach's saying he loves the new doors on the 3.5 due to they slide back and not swing. Oh yeah, so the 3.5 tonner, even I had a Cabelco SK50 at one stage, and they had the sliding door. It was good. However, I found a door would loosen off a lot and then bounce back and forward, and you had to keep getting the adjuster and adjusting it so that it holds when you've got it open. So that's the only thing I'd say with the sliding doors. That can be a bit of a negative. So look, it's good though, because then yeah, they don't swing open. It makes sense. It does make sense. Here we go. We've got Adam here. Adam is a grader operator. How do I start on my own? All the paperwork, etc. How do I learn that? If you, Adam, good question, man. Very good question. Well, I come up with a lot of people asking how to start operating in machines and that, but grader, probably one of the first ones. But it's a similar process, yeah. If you're already a grader operator, that's good. That means you're obviously working for someone, and you've already got experience, which is a good thing. And that also means that you should know what type of machine you like, what you will need to get started machine wise. Obviously, if you're going to start on your own, you're probably going to need, if you don't work for companies that have their own total stations and that, you might have to end up buying all the GPS and total stations, which would be a bit expensive at the start, but you can charge for it. So in your case, you would probably have to do all the same things that all of us do with our other machines and trucks. Like, you'll have to get risk assessments on your machines. You'll have to get public liability insurance. You'll have to get at least 10 or 20 million public liability. You'll have to get vehicle insurance for your grader. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if you're going to be working or driving on road. You'll have to get reg. What else? There's a whole bunch of stuff there. But if you need any information, Adam, go to my either the YouTube channel or Spotify, and you can look at some of the old episodes. And in some of them, we've spoken about how to start your own business. And you can go on there, listen to that. But also, if we're talking about like excavators or trucks, you can relate that to a grader. It's basically the same thing. So just follow that advice as well. So Zach's saying he does a lot of tight earthworks, and when you're in tight spaces, you can still get without moving. Yeah, that's true. With the 3.5 tonner, yeah, you're right. That's where the advantage is. And the 3.5 tonner is full zero swing as well. So that way you don't have to. You can like go right up against walls and stuff without worrying. Adam, yeah, no. Hopefully that helped Adam as well. If anyone missed that, Adam was asking how to start out on his own with a grader. I was just saying that it's very similar to starting out with any machine. Get your public liability, either 10 or 20 million. Get insurance for the machine. You'll have to start a business, so either get yourself a company set up or a sole trader. You'll have to get work cover. What else? There's a couple of things there. Get risk assessments for your machines. You might have to get rego. And then you'll have to register with either agencies, like plant hire agencies, or if you've got contacts, you can work direct for civil companies, and then go from there. But you also might have to fork out and buy some GPS equipment. So whether the customer already has their own total stations, whatever, you might have to just log into theirs, or you might have to actually buy a whole total station yourself. So that all depends on what customers you've got. What else is there? So yeah, that's a good question, man. But yeah, Zach, I do agree. The 3.5 ton is a good little machine, depending on what you do. So if you're doing like concrete slabs, working for plumbers, working around a lot of residential, the little machines like that are perfect for that. And then you can load up a 3.5 ton machine on like a small medium rigid, and you can save yourself costs not having to buy a full bogey or a tandem or whatever, or a plant trailer. So yeah, Manic Mechanic, here we go. One of the guys that is listed on Earthworks Hub has just joined us. Well done, man. We've got Dig 'em Down, Fraser Transport, CBM Excavations. Thanks for joining, guys. If I miss your name, it's because I've been yapping and haven't had a chance. But thank you for joining. For anyone that missed it, I spoke earlier. I was saying with Legends, Manic Mechanic, he fixes all little petrol items. So if you've got whackers and what else is there? I don't know. You've got the vibe plates and generators or whatever. If you need stuff like that fixed, he can do all that. Make sure you use his services because he is on Earthworks Hub. So make sure you guys go on there as well. List yourselves on there. I was saying that I used the Case 20-ton zero swing machine this week. Very, very impressed with that. It didn't have a tilt hitch on it, but I think that's because it mainly does just plumbing work and a lot of hammering. So I suppose in that case, you probably wouldn't want a tilt hitch because, all the hammering and that's no good for it. But it would be handy. It would be handy because there was a couple of times where I had to scrape or do things and a tilt would have been good. But otherwise, it didn't really need it. I got to use a Vio 55 Yanmar 5.5-ton machine, so I'll put up a review on that shortly. I was saying I got a few new sponsors. Project Spalding coming along really well. I've got the concrete panels getting made at the moment. I did a little video on that yesterday. Today I went and actually seen they started the second layer of panels. So what they do is they lay down on my concrete slab. They make one wall panel. Then they'll create, when that dries, they'll create another panel on top of that, and they'll keep stacking them because they do them on site, and there's not much room, so they can only have a little bit of things. Someone's said here, morning, Jay the digger driver. Morning, mate. It must be morning where he is. So I'd say that Jay is in another country. Nice. Thanks for joining us, Jay. Koza is asking, is it starting a business easy? I think for all the guys that already have their businesses, Jay is in the UK. Nice to meet you, Jay. Thank you, man. 8:53 a.m. in the UK. Koza, to answer your question, starting a business is not easy. I suppose starting a new job is not easy. Nothing is easy nowadays, but it's not easy, man. There's a lot involved. If you go to one of my podcasts, I think it's actually called starting your own business. If you go there, I talk a lot about that. And if you listen to a lot of the podcasts where I talk to owner operators, you'll hear about some of the stories that they share about difficulties with starting. But don't be disheartened by it. Like if you are keen to start, you just have to realize that there's a lot of time that you're gonna have to spend on starting that business. You're gonna have to prove yourself to a lot of customers at the start, and then you're gonna have to keep proving yourself with new customers all the time. So there's a lot of work. It doesn't just happen overnight, and it doesn't just happen and then you can relax. Yeah, it's ongoing. So even Manic Mechanic is saying starting a business equals you have to have a very thick skin and massive drive. That is 100% right. I did a little video the other day, and I said there's 3 things you got to have when as a business owner. You got to have brains, you got to have a heart, and you got to have massive balls. And I think I stand by that, and a lot of guys would agree. Yeah, it's risky starting your own business because then you take on all the risk. So if you're buying machinery, you're taking on all those overheads. Like I said earlier, You got insurances, machinery, loans, and then you got to find the work. You got to prove yourself. Then after you've done that, you've got to keep proving yourself, because other guys are going to come in and try and undercut you. So you got to keep proving yourself to your customer that you're better than them, that you can do everything. And then if you decide to expand, then you're going to have to get workers. Then you have to learn about payroll, how all that works. And then you got to, be able to motivate your workers and keep them going. So there's a lot involved. Thank you for the likes. Thank you very much. There's a lot involved in running a business. So starting it, don't get put off, man. You can still do it, but there is a lot of work, just to let you know. So it's not like, go to work at 7, finish at 3:30 and clock off. It's like, if you're an owner operator, you've got to do that. Plus, when you get home, you've got to invoice your customers for the day. Then you've got to quote for the next few jobs, or you've got to prepare your machines, grease them, maintain them all after hours, because you can't do it while you're working. Float your machines after hours. There's a lot of other things. So, and a lot of risk. So Brett is saying, we've got Brett online. Brett is saying, even with an established business, and you buy a brand new machine and it has 4 engines in 8,000 hours. Yeah. So, and it has had 4 engines in 8,000 hours. Yeah. So I think what Brett is saying, what is he saying? Hang on. Even with an established business and you buy a brand new machine and it had 4 engines in 8,000 hours. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of maintenance, man. I think that's what he's trying to say. Basically, there's a lot of maintenance costs, breakdowns. So you've got to also build yourself buffers. And that's something that I've said in the past. Always make sure you've got a buffer there, because you never know what's going to break down, what's going to happen. You might get sick and not be able to work. I know somebody that has their own business as an owner operator, and he has injured himself. I can't remember what he was doing. What was that? A soccer, I think. He injured his leg or something. Couldn't work for 6 months. That was it. 6 months. He couldn't find an operator to sit in his machine, and that's it. Didn't work for 6 months. Had to try and extend his finance, because when you've got finance, the bank still wants their money, whether you're working or not. So tried to get operators, couldn't get anyone, and then eventually slowly had to get back in and hobble back into the machine. So yes, the bearded plant operator, thank you for joining. So Jay's saying you maybe need a better operator, Brett. 4 engines in 8,000 hours, yeah. It also depends on who's using your machines. That's what it is too. If you've got operators that aren't treating your machines right, they'll cost you money very quickly. So that's also part of the process. Part of the process is you've got to be able to manage if you do get operators, that is, you've got to be able to manage them, lead by example. So if you're damaging and rough with your machines, they're going to say, well, if he's like that and he's the boss, then that's what I'm going to do. So you got to lead by example, and then teach them from the start, this is what's expected. You got to regularly grease, check this, check that, and stay on top of it. So it's a constant thing. Jay, the digger operator, is from the UK, saying it's the little things with machines. Warm up and cool down is a massive thing on wear and tear. And that's true. Yeah, you got to make sure that you, like I said, teach your operators from the start. But even for yourself, don't just get in. I've seen this happen the other day. Everything's go on site, rush. We had to get out of one machine and go get another one and do something different. And the guy just jumped in the machine, turned it on, and straight away started tracking and this and that. And I was thinking, hang, he hasn't even warmed up the hydraulics. He hasn't warmed anything up. And he's already going, because it's all go. Like, if we plan things a little bit, go and start that machine, let it warm up while you're doing something else, then come back to it. Like, you can work it out if you have to. So yeah, a lot of people, it is letting things cool down, warm up. It does make a difference as well. Yeah, so someone, Manic Mechanic is saying, I constantly see equipment that is just trashed by workers. Workers genuinely do not give a shit. And look, yes, you are right. I have seen that, and I have to admit, a lot of the stuff that's happened to my equipment has been through my operators. But it also comes down to how you, what standard you set for them. So you've also got to be firm from the start. So some of my guys, I actually ended up saying to them, if you damage it, you pay for it. And after a couple of times paying for things, they definitely came around and said, yeah, and started like taking care of things a bit better. So, and some of them were online, and they'll probably agree with me. So, yeah, it is. Yeah, a lot of guys don't, but you got a lot of operators don't care about stuff, but you've got to also teach them from the start. Yeah, and Jay's agreeing. Yeah, warm up whilst you're fueling up, or park next to the fuel barrels the night before. There's a lot of things you can do in advance, and yeah, like I said, I seen it the other day. Because it was all last minute, they started the machine and just go, turn it on, start loading, and it's like it shouldn't be like that. The machine hasn't even warmed up. We should have planned it a bit better. So it's all about planning. Make sure that you teach your operators, show them what you want from the start, and keep on top of it. And then if you yourself are rough, they'll be rough too, man. Brett is saying he's an owner operator. Oh, okay, yeah. So obviously he's saying that he's been in the machine. It just depends on the manufacturer as well. So yes, some machines might have issues, and more issues than others. So maybe that's what's happening. Okay, yeah. So Brett's obviously had some issues where the manufacturer is just replacing the engines instead of taking the machine back. Yeah. And look, that's what happens. Yeah, they want to prove that their machine is good, and they don't want to just simply take a machine back. Some manufacturers will be trying to prove that their machine is good, and then refuse to take it back and keep telling you, yeah, we'll just replace it for you. But I suppose in that circumstance, yeah, what do? They probably can't afford to just give it back to you, or they want to keep you, so they keep trying to replace the engines. We've got Parry Ben, Acre Landscaping. Thanks for joining. We've got Marks Holmes, Oscar. Thanks for joining as well, guys. We've got Boyka. Who else have we got on here? We've got a fair few people. Man, time is gone. It's already 6:02. So yeah, I've got another 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to have to depart, guys. But I really appreciate everyone joining me again. So hopefully the content I'm putting out is helpful. I suppose I'm trying to make a bit of a mix between fun stuff, informative things. I'm trying to do a bit of a mix of everything. So we've got BC Landscapes here. Yeah, so I'm trying to make a bit of a variety there of content. Like I said, if anyone has an Earthworks business or anything to do with Earthworks, whether you're NDD trucks, concrete pumps, if you do formwork or a concreter, or you're an excavator operator, or you've got excavators or bobcats, graders, if you're landscapers, if you do retaining walls, if you do anything, if you do tire repairs, or a truck mechanic or a diesel mechanic, anything like that, make sure you go to Earthworks Hub, register, and then list your business. So some people have registered. This is something I said last time, but people are still doing it. They think that by just registering that their business will be showing up, but it doesn't. Registering just gets you registered with the site. Then you actually have to click add listing, and then put all your company details in, what you do, what services, pick the categories that you represent. Like I said, you might be a diesel mechanic, so you click on diesel mechanic, and then what state you're in, and that way people can find you. So on my website, if you, for instance, want to have a mobile mechanic come out and fix something, you can just go to search, go to categories, look for mechanic, under subcategories click on mobile, and then click search or your state, what state you're in, and search, and then they'll come up. So even tip sites, if you're a tip site, if you're a quarry, if you sell, supply soil, if you supply materials, if you sell machines, if you do anything like that, Earthworks Hub, go there, advertise yourselves. And that's there to be like a central hub for all of us to be able to use our services, you know what I mean? So I know I keep repeating myself, but it's because we get new people coming on, so I'm just trying to mix it up so everyone hears what I'm saying. If you're keen to be a sponsor, let me know as well. Just contact me. like I was saying earlier, by getting more sponsors, the money I get from the sponsors, I'll buy better equipment. Like I was saying, I want to get a better camera next. So that's my next thing I really want to get. So I've got all the audio equipment. I bought myself all the Rode stuff, all the Audio Technica, all these things, the lights in the back, even all that set up in the back there. I've been buying all that. The lighting, you can see the box for it up there, and the lights and stuff. So I've been buying a lot of equipment with all the sponsorship money. So I'm making sure that it goes to good use. Next thing is to get a camera. So I want to get a proper DSLR camera, and that way when I do recordings and that I can record for longer, get better quality and stuff, So no, I appreciate all the sponsors. So once again, NexGen Landscapes, Network Finance, JR Safety Co, Melbourne Tractors, Bole Group. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. But yeah, thank you guys for sponsoring, and anybody else that wants to, let me know as well, yeah? If you want me to promote for you, send me some stuff, send me your hats, send me any promotional stuff. I'll put it in the background. You can see I've got a bit of a collection there. I'll turn my camera for everyone. So I've got a hat collection going there. What else is there? So even like Zoomline the other day gave me a fan. So if you look up behind me there, guys, they're giving me a fan. Obviously they're a Chinese brand, so they gave me something to represent China, but they also have an excavator on there. So that's their thing from Zoomline. And on this side, I'll move out of the way, you've got all my models. If you've got some other models and things you want me to put up in the background, just tell me, send them. I'll tell you where to send them to. And I'll be happy to do that. So otherwise, yeah, you can advertise your businesses and that on the website. So Diesel Dirt and Turf, I will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be walking around with a Earthworks hub top. If you see me, come and say hello, introduce yourself. If I don't recognize you immediately, don't be upset, because there's bloody that many people now that I've started to meet. I'm starting to forget names, but bear with me. If there's a topic you want me to cover in one of my podcasts, I did talk about mental health the other day. So I've been speaking with Are You OK? About doing a podcast with them. They're struggling to find someone, because they're trying to find somebody that's related to our industry to come on and talk, and they're struggling to get someone. So if they can't get someone, I've said to them, don't worry, they don't have to be from Earthworks. They can be from any industry. But if you can't get someone, then I'll just do a session myself. So I might do a podcast on that myself if I can't get through with them. But I do thank them for trying as well. I've put the feelers out to a couple of other places and companies to get more guests on the show to make it a bit more interesting. I'm trying to vary it. So there's a couple that have come aboard. So you'll see a couple of new episodes coming up. And I think I have run out of puff. Is there anything people want to bring up and talk about? Any topic, any questions? It has gone quiet in the last minute or so. I don't know if I've lost... No, I've still got reception. Yeah, sometimes I know I've lost reception in the last few lives. People have told me that I've dropped in and out. If that's happening, let me know. But it has gone a little bit quiet. Yeah, if there's no questions, no further feedback. Oh, here we go. Manic Mechanic saying he has to go as well. Thank you for joining us as well. Thanks for staying. Andrew is saying it says one viewer. Oh, yeah, it does say one now. Yeah, you're right. That's right. This one's got 3 at the moment. Jaden, thanks for liking. Andrew's there. You know what? As long as you're there, Andrew, that's the main thing. No, I do appreciate you being on here. What else is there? So we've got FSA Earth Moving just joined. So Phyllis Plant Hire. Thank you. I did. I've got some advice about mental health and that. I'm gonna speak about that. I think I'm just gonna do it myself, because Are You OK seem to be taking their time a little bit. So I might just do one myself. And they've sent me a lot of information anyway, so I can talk about what they do offer as well. What else is there? Yeah, well, hopefully I can get a couple of live sessions. G'day, mate. FSA, thank you for joining. I've got another 5 minutes and I'll have to leave. Hopefully, I will be able to do a couple of live sessions from Diesel Dirt and Turf. Andrew, hey, you're still here. That's good, man. Yeah, Diesel Dirt and Turf. I will be able to do some lives there, maybe get some interviews with people, whether I do them at the expo or even after. So, because I'll be there for a few days, I'm happy to meet with people even after, man, and do one. So, Andrew's saying, "Here I am. You're here. Hello, it's me. I can still see you." We've got Steel and Wood. Thank you for joining. FSA, yeah, thank you again for joining. Anybody else going to be there? Who's actually going? Can anyone else confirm that they'll be there? Then at least I know I can look out for you. And if, like I said, oh, Nicholas is back. Thanks for joining, man. Yeah, if anyone knows they're definitely going to be there, let me know so I can make sure that I come and look for you. Yeah, FSA is hoping to. Yeah, let me know so I can look out for you. If you see me, come up and say hello, introduce yourself. Yeah, I think it's going to be good, man. Like I said, it's my first one there. I'm hoping it's going to be good. We got URM on here. Thank you for joining. What else is there? Yeah, so no, that's it. Yeah, definitely looking forward to Diesel Dirt and Turf. And like I said before, as I usually say when I'm ending the session, if you have anything to do with Earthworks, any type of business, make sure you go to the website, Earthworks Hub, and list your business on there so that we can all find you and help each other out. Yeah, so go on, register yourself, then you got to click on add listing, put all your company information in there, what you do, pick your category. If you pick, I think it's a premium one package, you can do multiple categories. So if you're, for instance, a quarry and you supply materials, but you're also a tip site. So for example, one of the concrete recyclers, you can say that you're a tip site, but you're also a supplier of crushed rock and that. So you can do both. If you're URM and you do and you accept material there, you can go on and you can register as a waste or tip site, and then you can click category and say what you accept. So you can say clean fill, topsoil, rocks, whatever you accept. You can click on the subcategories, and that way when anyone needs to get a tip site, for instance, you can click on that, click what state tip sites near me, and it will actually give you all the sites close by. So make sure you go on and register, earthworkshub.com.au. I've got links in there as well to all the important bodies. So like Dial Before You Dig is on there, the National Heavy Vehicle regulators on there. Who else have I got? WorkSafe, Are You OK is on there. I've also got all links to my podcast, all the channels, the YouTube channel. So yeah, make sure you go on, click on the links if you need to. There's a link there to my store, so if you want to support Earthworks Hub and buy some clothing, t-shirts, hoodies available now. No links, not that links, Malcolm, not deodorant. Yeah, if you want to go on and buy something to represent, go ahead. I'll be happy with that. I'll be very happy. A couple of people have already started buying, so I can see that. Thank you so much. Diesel Dirt and Turf, Project Spalding still going ahead. Some new podcasts coming up. I reviewed the Case CX235. I did one on the Yanmar Vio 55. So look out for that this week. Some big things coming up after Diesel Dirt and Turf. I'll be visiting a couple of other sites and doing some product reviews. So keep an eye out for that. And a couple of new sponsors coming on, I would say next week. I think I've got a couple of new sponsors, so look out for them. If you're keen to sponsor as well, let me know. I hope you guys are happy with all the content. I'm going to love you and leave you. Like me on TikTok, Insta. Go across after this or even right now to YouTube and subscribe. Earthworks Hub, subscribe so that I know that my material is reaching people and it's worthwhile. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you If not during the week while I'm at Diesel Dirt and Turf. If not then I'll speak to you when I get back next week. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and the rest of this week. Thanks for your time.